how's it going? Today I'm going to show you how you can maintain your Profit Protector Pro inventory. Now this is quite important because obviously, as you know, in your Profit Protector Pro plan you will have a limit on how many listings you can have repricing. Now in your subscription settings, where you can change your monthly plan or your yearly plan or from one to the other or whatever, there is a bar at the top and it will tell you how much space is occupied. So do keep an eye on this bar over time, as obviously it might get close to full, and at that point you might want to consider upgrading your plan, or ultimately it might just be a call for a little bit of housekeeping. Now the number that we have in the bar here, how full it gets, is dictated by the amount of items that are turned on in Profit Protector Pro. So this is different to those that are actively repricing. Obviously those that are turned on and actively repricing will be doing that, but you can have items that are turned on and like they've sold out, you're no longer selling them. It might just be left in the Profit Protector Pro inventory, but with the repricing switch toggled on still. So I'm going to show you a couple of ways that you can maintain your Profit Protector Pro inventory. Obviously we can save quite a considerable amount of space if we can go through and get rid of anything that we no longer need repricing. So a major way that we can do this, and probably one of the easiest, is if we turn on Seller Central Inventory Sync. By turning this on, what will happen is after 24 hours of an item being inactive, okay, so Amazon's telling Profit Protector Pro, hey, this item's no longer active. If that has been the case for 24 hours straight, because something might fall inactive, but you might be replenishing it ASAP, so in which case it will remain where it is. But if it's been inactive for 24 hours, it will then be hidden in your inventory. If you do want to deal with anything that is hidden, you will have to turn Seller Central Inventory Sync off again in order to reveal all of those products. However, with it on, and once the item is hidden, it will remain hidden for 30 days. Now, if the item is not replenished, it's no longer it's not made active at any other point within that 30-day window, then it will be removed completely from Profit Protector Pro at the end of that 30-day cycle. Now, please bear in mind that deleting something in Amazon Seller Central is different to deleting something in Profit Protector Pro. If you remove it from Seller Central, it won't be removed from Profit Protector Pro, simply because they don't communicate, Amazon doesn't communicate to Profit Protector Pro in that kind of way to get it to do something like that. So the only way that we can do this is with this Seller Central Inventory Sync. So it's like an automated cleaning bot, if you like. Now, if we were to replenish the item in that space of like that 30 days, and it becomes active again, the product will pop up back in your inventory again with all of the original repricing setup you had ready to go on that item. If you do replenish the item after the 30-day window, no trouble at all. It will just sync into Profit Protector Pro the same way as stuff usually does, and then you can set repricing information, min-max strategy as normal. So Seller Central Inventory Sync, I would say, is the biggest one. If you happen to be watching this video and you are brand new to Profit Protector Pro and you've just linked up your account to Amazon, I'd recommend leaving this off until your full inventory has synced. Otherwise, if you have it on and it's in that syncing process, that first 24 hours, some things may not show. So I'd keep this off until it's been at least 24 hours of you having a Profit Protector Pro account. Now, if we go into our inventory, obviously with that Seller Central Inventory Sync on, that's great. It will start automatically removing items for us, so we don't have to do very much manually. However, if there is anything that we do want to get rid of right here, right now, we can just tap the bin icon on any item. Now, another thing that we can do as well is use the bulk select all, and this is basically everything on the page. But if we choose this option right here, this is the entirety of our Profit Protector Pro inventory, or the entirety of the inventory that's been filtered. We can use this in alignment with the filters. So maybe we would filter by out of stock. You know, maybe in the majority of that are things that we aren't going to replenish. We can set as many filters as we like. Show extras, we can do it by marketplace. You know, there's all manner of things that we can filter by there. So if we had it filtered to like out of stock, for example, it would probably show a different amount there. So far, this is everything in our inventory. So be careful when ticking this, and you can set the action to delete. And so far, everything on the page will be deleted. We can go through and untick certain things if we want certain products to stay in certain marketplaces or certain listings to remain altogether. We can do that and just delete the selection that we've got there. So you press the tick and then yes. So that's the way that we can easily manage our inventory. And obviously, just looking at the filters again, we may just want to review turned on and out of stock. I would say this is a pretty good filter to use for finding products that you may want to get rid of from your Profit Protector Pro inventory. Obviously, as I say, you can stack as many filters as you like, so you can really narrow it down to a specific set of items. Obviously, you can search for whatever you want using search listings above. There's lots of quick and easy ways to find certain items that you can then turn off for repricing. And obviously that will reflect in your subscription buy. As you can see, we had 29 and we turned that one off just then, and now we have 28. So as I say, it's really important that we do maintain these things just to make sure we are making the most out of the plan that we currently have. Obviously, if we've been through all of that and our bar is still looking pretty full and we know that we need room for quite a bit more, then that's when I would say to consider upgrading your plan, which you can do from in the subscription page, or you can reach out to info@profitprotectorpro.com and the team can help you with choosing your next plan. Hopefully this helped. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you next time.